From Louisiana, Mr. Higgins for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Part of the focus of our hearing today is based upon a recent letter signed by 21 attorneys general highlighting how organizations, including asset managers and proxy advisors, could be violating state and federal law to channel funds for political objectives in the category of e.s.g, environmental, social, and government practices. One of our witnesses exclaimed that we're asking him to stop doing his job. We're not asking you to stop doing your job, good sir. We just expect to review whether or not some of your colleagues are violating the law in the course of doing their job. From the second paragraph of that letter, which was signed, by the way, again, Mr. Chairman, by 21 attorney generals, the second signature on that letter, I'd like to submit for the record the opening statement of my own Attorney General, my colleague and friend, Attorney General Jeff Landry, former congressman here in this body, was not able to attend the hearing today, but I'd like to submit his statement for the record, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. From the second paragraph of the letter signed by so many of our attorneys general addressing asset managers, said these companies are some of the largest asset managers in the United States. It's important for the American people watching to grasp this. Collectively controlling trillions of dollars of investments. Many individuals and organizations count on these asset managers to provide sound investment products and advice. The top 3 asset managers alone cast about a quarter of the votes for the S&P 500 company shareholder meetings. They are therefore not only bound to follow the general laws discussed, but also have extensive responsibilities under both federal and state laws governing securities. Broadly, those laws require asset managers to act as a fiduciary and in the best interest of clients, exercising due care and loyalty. Simply put, asset managers are not the same as political or social activists and should not allow vast savings entrusted to be commandeered by activists like e.s.g, activist organizations. So, Attorney General Reyes, I'd like to address the question to you, sir, regarding, to clarify for America, what legal requirements must asset managers who act as fiduciaries adhere to when investing on behalf of a client? And how do these requirements impact investment decision makings? And I'm going to ask you to address not only the letter of the law, but the spirit of the law that we're inquiring about today.
Thank you for the question, Congressman. I'll try to be brief, and it's very simple. Their duty is a fiduciary duty. Under laws like ERISA, it is the highest of all duties that one can owe to another in a fiduciary relationship. And that fiduciary duty requires them investing assets on behalf of others to maximize shareholder value, to maximize return back to the shareholder. It's as simple as that. That has been the rule, the prime directive, if you will, for generations, and it served our market and it served our nation well.
How would you assess, for the committee and for Americans viewing this hearing, how would you assess, Attorney General Reyes, the performance of ESG investment versus traditional investment?
I believe there are a number of studies that show that ESG funds have globally underperformed. So my data contradicts the data that we saw earlier from the ranking member. If I recall, and there are multiple studies, but I'll point to one, over the past 5 years, global ESG funds have underperformed the broader markets by more than 250 basis points per year, an average 6.3% return compared with an 8.9% return. So in other words, an investor who put $10,000 into an average global ESG fund in 2017 would have about $13,500 today, compared with $15,250 investment in the broader market. So that's one example from one study or some market research that demonstrates that ESG is not necessarily a good bet, and that asset managers should, again, be investing in the best interests of their beneficiaries or the shareholders, not for a prescribed outcome that's dictated by these horizontal agreements and pushed and pressured by organizations like NZAM and Climate Action 100.
I thank General Reyes for his clarification there. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Gentleman yields back. Chair.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.